Um, right, we have John and Dilip in the house. Amazing guys, amazing. We're here to just kind of celebrate this amazing win for you lot, where you got your ads up and running, right? Which is incredible since I know you've been posting to the group, asking a lot of questions, seeing, hey, like there was a lot of tech things, right, going on, but you got it up and running. So, tell me more about that. What was that? How was that process for you? Did you, yeah, just tell me, tell me.
I'll let
So,
John
so,
do a lot of the talking because he's done the 98% of the work. So please take it away,
so
John.
just to put it in context, I'm not a technophobe, but I'm not technically agile either. And before I came on to the program, I had literally hardly. I mean, I have a Facebook page. I've got like 700 friends. I know about one of them. I hardly use Facebook. It actually didn't like Facebook, and certainly didn't have any experience with any of the software that you guys use. um, and I had no idea what a steep learning curve it was going to be. So if an incline is, if you have an incline on a bicycle of 1 in 25, that's what I thought it was going to be. It turned out to be more like mountain climbing, like 1 in 1 or 1 in 2. But what was really cool, there was a couple of things that were really cool, the few things that were really cool about it, because I absolutely smashed it in every area. Probably, I think I wound poor old Laura. I think has probably got a little bit ahead of this thing now after getting so many requests from me. But notwithstanding that, firstly, the way you guys, it's pretty ambitious what you guys even set out to do, because you didn't ever ask actually about any of our qualifications for technology. So to get someone who's probably somewhere between the dinosaur and the ape in on your program and get them up and running was ambitious in the first place. So your videos are really, really, really good. Like how you step us through, etc. Your videos fall into 3 areas: what I would call pre-marketing prep, where you get you get the whole strategy in place. Then you got your marketing stuff, then you got your technology stuff, and then you got your sales stuff. And it's totally brilliantly done. And on the technology side, which was very steep for me, the videos were superb. But like every video, like on this, it can't cater to everybody and everybody's skill level. So something that was in the coaching that was in one of the other videos that related technology was very powerful, because Ed talked about this notion of acceptance, which is something as a method I've done a lot of. But sadly, I've never really applied it to technology. My relationship with technology is it doesn't work, kick it. But what I realized with this is that's not going to work. Yeah. And so my level of patience with technology went through the roof. It went from, really a 0.5 out of 10 to I'm probably somewhere around 7 or 8 now, in terms of if it was in muscles, I've really developed some, I'm not sure if acceptance and muscles kind of work as a metaphor, but I've really developed some accomplishment in terms of ability, in terms of acceptance with regard to technology, which helps the whole learning process, because you keep focused, you keep at it, and it builds your confidence. And then I think I've turned from kind of coping with technology to getting excited by it, because I keep on learning not just new things to do with the program, but in other areas of my life, I'm sort of seeking out more stuff, and I'm getting more and more proficient. And I've gone from being technically challenged to, I want to be a master of this. I don't want to just be okay at it. I want to master it. So I've allocated 5 hours a week to my education in this area, so that I'm going to absolutely nail it. So I don't think your question was solely to do with technology. I've concentrated on that a lot, but that was the biggest. That was a huge win for us. And now what's happening is Dilip, who's even, I've made the allegory that we're going to battle. He's got no legs. I've got one leg when it comes to technology. And now he's kind of going, yeah. And he's like, Dilip, you tell Kevin what you're.
Well, I think you're overestimating. I'm not on the scale, Kevin. If he's 0.5, forget about me. I'm not even interested in the subject, but I'm going from disinterested, can't be bothered, to seeing the relevance and being engaged. I wouldn't say excited, but I would say in the game is already a
Yeah,
great start.
that's
That's
huge.
good. For me,
Nice.
that's pretty cool because I'm
Nice.
old-fashioned in my approach to coaching. I'm a purist, and I think this is a big going from a conceptual understanding of what this could be to getting in the game, seeing its value, and getting excited about it. I'd be happy to talk about the actual thing that I've got from the program as well, briefly, if we
Yeah,
want
go
to.
ahead. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Can I just finish? Can I just finish the one more thing I want to say about that, which was before I hand over to you completely, Dirk, which was that there's something also subtle, but I know is intentional on your side, which is really good. If anyone watches this testimonial, I think it'll be a really good sort of warning to them, but in a good way. Is I think you've got the balance between support and indulging your client really, really well, because what firstly, that if you live coach all of your clients on technology, for example, and you baby it, so you're going to be swamped and overwhelmed. But that's a business thing. Your costs will just go insane. But on the other hand, what you do is you give us enough support for us to know that we've got someone to go to, and you give us enough support for us to feel confident, but you send out a very clear message, quite subtly, that it's not there to be, well, there's no live coaching. So in terms of technology, so therefore we have to develop that muscle for ourselves. And I think that's a very, very powerful way to teach. And actually, amusingly, I've applied it to my mother because I've been her digital carer, in the sense that if ever she has a computer problem, I fix it for her. And she has no temperament for it at all. And now I've made her, through what you've kind of done to me, I've applied the same to her, and she's getting more proficient herself.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. What you were going to say, that we've
Yeah, I'm sure John, you'll add in too about this. I'll talk a bit about what I have appreciated, learned from being in the entire program, but I won't be talking about the technology because I don't think it'll be any value to you. So I think the profile of client that I am for you is someone who's entering, as you can tell, into this world of technology for the first time. I mean, I can send emails and WhatsApp, and I can do a bit more, but not much else. So I don't know if that's the typical profile that you have. You probably have people who have, a degree of experience of online work, but I'm starting from -10. So that's the context of giving you the feedback on the material and the ability to scale with automation. So I would say that it's been a real eye-opener for me. I know a bit about marketing in terms of you've got to focus, 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 and I understand the importance of clarity. I think what you've managed to do for me is really focus me to a degree that I didn't know I could and should focus. So I'm going very, very, very deep into one area. And we've chosen overcoming divorce, which is already a great breakthrough, to use as our niche. It's over 40-year-olds who are directors, managers, entrepreneurs. So that's an example of niche. And that's allowed me as a practitioner to really think about our craft and what we can provide in that area. So it's made me really think very deeply about the work I've done for the past 30 years and to focus it to a laser point. So I've eliminated a lot of things that I would ordinarily do in a program. That's already an amazing discipline to do that.
That's great.
That has really, really, it's what Ed and you have been saying on the videos, but I think I'm a good example of how that has really made a big impact for me. It's focused my mind, it's made me disciplined, and it's made me think very deeply about how we can serve our clients. So to give you an example, we've come up with an idea where we will do live coaching, which anybody can join at any point. But alongside that, they will have these methods and principles of how to overcome divorce. That's a good testament to your organization's ability to help us to think and automate and scale. So the whole premise of your program has made me think, wow, what's the biggest impact in the shortest time? And what does that mean for my methodology? So we've gone from overcoming divorce as the niche to focusing on pain, the pain of divorce. So again, that's niche, that's specific. What is it that people experience when they're feeling divorced? Making me really think, well, it's a loss of identity. It's a loss of a feeling of love, and whether that will ever come back. And how do you overcome pain? And not only how do you overcome it, but how do you overcome it, heal it, and transform it? This is all coming from one principle of focus on one thing.
Incredible.
Right? And I could talk about many things, I'm sure John could add, but that's just one insight of one thing that's made a major difference that could give us the scale that we desire. It's not talking about any of the details, the components of each and every module, which, you know, the sum of which are amazing, of course. I particularly like the closer documents and video, just because I think, again, that forces me to really think not about, because I'm a practitioner, again, I'm the profile of I want to coach people. I can't help myself. So that video itself, that module itself was hugely beneficial to really think about what not to do. So a lot of the things I'm saying is about eliminating, focus, 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 and high impact. Yeah, and what does that all mean for me? It gives me confidence. The outcome of all of it gives me confidence that we can do this. You've got a process that you've given us, I think, is amazingly powerful and simple, but mostly it gives me the confidence that we can do this. I like what, John, you just said about also the balance. I mean, you know, on the one hand, you know, you're giving us some tools, but on the other hand, we've got to take responsibility. That's not an easy balance to strike.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
So,
okay.
There's probably a lot more detail I could say, Kevin, but thank you so much to you and to Ed and the team. It's been amazing so far. I know John's been the face of our company, and long may he continue to do that, because he's got the energy of a train. He's only operating at 3% of his capacity right now, so just watch out.
Yeah.
For 30 years, he's just getting revved up.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll take off soon.
Amazing. Yeah. So
Doesn't
look,
doesn't need any encouragement.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, that's great. So, guys, you know, just to kind of like start wrapping up here, what would you say to someone who was thinking about joining COA?
Do it.
I would
now.
say, yeah, I would say if it was a friend, I would say if they don't have technology experience, just to prepare them for that. Because if it hadn't been for John, I would have fallen out probably morning of day one.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Well, maybe not.
Because if you didn't have me, you would have had to have found another way. I bet you would.
That's true. That's true. So let's say do it.
Yeah. Fantastic.
But Kevin, just to give you an idea, I've teed up 20 of my friends to do this.
Wow.
So I've been in touch with Tina, who's amazing.
Yes.
And I've said to her, Tina, as soon as we do our first sale, which is pretty damn almost in, I've got all the names, given her all the names, and then I'll send out a message to all of them, personal message.
Yeah.
And then and off we go.
Great. That's awesome, guys. That's awesome. Look, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. And look, as you say, now we're on this level where it's now going to come into like getting book calls, getting sales, and that's the aim now, right? For sure. So awesome work, guys. Honestly. Like,
so as you can tell, anyone watching, I'm not sure if this is really any good. Think about it. I'm not sure. I'm still testing them out. No, just do it. Don't think about it. Jump in. It's amazing.
Thank you guys so much. Okay, so look, I'm looking forward to the rest of the journey so far. We're only just getting started. Okay, so it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Thank you again.